Can you say, Happy birthday, Uncle Jack?
I love you.
Jack Osbourne is marking his 40th birthday this year, but the milestone carries a heavy emotional weight. What would normally be a joyful occasion filled with laughter, family, and celebration feels quieter, softer, and deeply reflective.
Thank you for the love, and we love you. I wish he was still here. I wish he was still with us all, but I shared this at my father's funeral. There's an interview with Keanu Reeves. They asked him, what do you think happens when you die? Keanu Reeves' answer was, I don't know what happens when you die, but what I do know is the people that love you miss you the most. I felt that.
This is Jack's first birthday without his father, the legendary Ozzy Osbourne, who tragically passed away from a heart attack on July 2025 at the age of 76. For Jack, the loss of his father still feels fresh. The man the world knew as the Prince of Darkness was, to him, simply Dad, the one who taught him strength, humor, and resilience through life's chaos.
I don't know, just pain, just sadness and pain, and just so many thoughts. You know, you go through this of like, you know, feeling sad and frustrated and angry, and like this part of you that's like, I have to get there right now. I have to.
Speaking on Good Morning America just a few months ago, Jack opened up about the whirlwind of emotions that have surrounded his family since Ozzy's passing. Sitting beside his mother, Sharon Osbourne, and supported by his siblings, Kelly, Amy, Jessica, Louie, and Elliot, Jack shared how the love and kindness they've received from fans worldwide have brought both comfort and disbelief. None of us expected it to be like this, he said softly. With that outpour of love, that love has poured in from every corner of the globe, from lifelong Black Sabbath fans who grew up on Ozzy's music, to families who watched the Osbournes and felt like they knew the family personally. For many, Ozzy wasn't just a rock icon, he was a symbol of imperfection and authenticity, someone who showed that even amid fame and chaos, love for family always came first.
My dad was great. He was in a good mood. He was happy. At around 3:45 in the morning, someone who's worked for my family for probably 30 years now was knocking on my door. And when I looked through my window and I saw it was him, I just knew. And I was informed that my father had passed. Feeling sad and frustrated and angry, and there was a level of like, okay, he's not suffering anymore. You know, he's not struggling.
As Jack quietly celebrates his 40th birthday, the absence of his father looms large. The candles may still be lit, the laughter may still echo through the family home, but there's an undeniable emptiness in the air, the kind that only the loss of a parent can bring. Still, there's also gratitude. Gratitude for the years they had, for the memories they made, and for the way Ozzy's spirit continues to live on through his children and grandchildren. For Jack, this birthday isn't about parties or gifts. It's about reflection on legacy, on love, and on the kind of man he wants to be moving forward. And somewhere, perhaps beyond the veil, the voice of his father still lingers, raspy, warm, and unmistakably Ozzy, whispering with pride, "Keep going, son."
And he was so happy that he did the show, and he was happy to spend more time in England. He wanted to spend more time with my kids. I wish he was still here. I wish he was still with us all, but he was having a rough go, you know, and I think people saw that at the show. No one expected it to happen as quickly as it did. As overwhelming as it can be with the outpour of love and people reaching out, it's also been really validating, because I know, you know, my dad was a special guy, and he meant a lot to a lot of people. You know, he was loved. He was loved so much.
Jack Osbourne has yet to make a public post about his milestone 40th birthday, but his mother, Sharon Osbourne, made sure the world knew just how proud she is of her son. Taking to social media, Sharon shared a touching throwback photo of herself holding Jack's tiny hand, a beautiful reminder of how far they've both come. She captioned the post with heartfelt simplicity, "To my darling boy, my rock, happy 40th birthday." Those few words carried a weight of love, gratitude, and emotion that spoke volumes.
How you doing? Nice to see you.
You too.
How cool is it having Ozzy as a dad?
Very cool.
Since Ozzy's passing, Jack has truly been that, Sharon's rock. In the darkest days following her husband's death, it was Jack who stepped in to hold the family together. He was there through every tearful moment, every quiet night, and every public appearance that came after. During the funeral processions, Jack stood tall beside his mother, ensuring she was never alone, as fans gathered to say their final goodbyes to the man who had shaped their lives in countless ways. Even after Ozzy was laid to rest, Jack remained steadfast, visiting his mother often, checking in, and helping her navigate a world that suddenly felt emptier without her lifelong partner by her side. To Sharon, Jack isn't just a son, he's a reflection of everything she and Ozzy built together. His strength, his loyalty, and his unwavering love for family are the living legacy of the father he adored and the mother who raised him. And while this birthday may not be filled with grand celebrations or loud parties, it holds something far more meaningful, a quiet acknowledgement of love, resilience, and the bond between a mother and her son that even loss cannot break. For Sharon, posting that throwback photo was more than a birthday wish. It was a message of gratitude, a way of saying, "You've carried us through the hardest chapter of our lives." And for Jack, though he hasn't shared anything publicly yet, his silence speaks too. Sometimes love doesn't need words, it just needs presence. When asked how his mother, Sharon Osbourne, is coping after losing her husband of over 4 decades, Jack Osbourne gave a heartfelt and brutally honest answer. He told interviewers, "You know, when people have been asking me that question, I say, she's okay, but she's not okay." It's the kind of statement that perfectly captures the complicated nature of grief, especially when you've spent nearly your entire life beside someone who wasn't just your spouse, but your best friend, your partner in everything, your other half. For Sharon, life without Ozzy has been an entirely new reality to face. After more than 40 years of love, chaos, laughter, and music, waking up without him beside her has been both surreal and heartbreaking. Yet, as Jack gently explained, she's trying her best. She's okay in the sense that she's moving forward, surrounded by family and fans who love her, but she's not okay because deep down, there's a hole that can't be filled, a silence in the spaces Ozzy used to occupy. Jack went on to share that his mother has deeply felt the wave of affection and support pouring in from fans across the world. "Oh my God, yeah," he said, "I know she feels the love." The messages, tributes, and memorials from around the globe have served as a bittersweet reminder that Ozzy wasn't just theirs, he belonged to millions. And through every post, every candle lit, and every fan who plays Crazy Train a little louder these days, Sharon feels that love wrapping around her, reminding her that Ozzy's spirit lives on in the people he touched. It's been a season of heartbreak, but also one of reflection for Sharon, for Jack, and for everyone who loved Ozzy. And even though the pain is still fresh, Jack's words show that the Osbourne family is slowly finding strength in the love that continues to surround them. Because for Sharon, while she may never be fully okay again, the warmth of the world's love and the presence of her children helps her take each new day one breath at a time. Jack isn't the only Osbourne trying to find a way to smile through the pain this year. His older sister, Kelly Osbourne, faced her own heartbreaking milestone just a few weeks earlier when she turned 41 on October 27, her first birthday without her beloved father, Ozzy Osbourne. For Kelly, birthdays were never just another day on the calendar. They were moments she deeply cherished because of the little traditions she shared with her dad. In a deeply emotional Instagram post to her 4.1 million followers, Kelly opened up about the heavy weight of celebrating without him. "Every year, the thing I look forward to the most was spending the day with him and the cards he would write me," she wrote. Those simple handwritten notes from Ozzy weren't just birthday wishes, they were pieces of his heart, little treasures that carried his warmth, humor, and love. But this year, that tradition ended. Kelly continued, "Knowing that I will never get one again shatters my heart. Here are just a few of them. They were always short, simple, but said everything I needed to hear. I love you, Daddy. Tomorrow will suck without you." Her words struck a chord with fans around the world, many of whom could feel the raw pain behind them. Kelly shared photos of a few of those precious cards, little snapshots of her father's love frozen in ink. In one, Ozzy had written, "To Kelly, I love you with all my heart." And in another, "Dearest Kelly, I just want to say that I love and miss you every second of the day." Each one ended with the same tender sign-off, "Love, Daddy." It's hard to imagine what those birthdays must feel like now for the Osbourne family. Each one a reminder of how much Ozzy's presence filled their world with laughter, love, and chaos in the best way. But even in their grief, Kelly's post shows that his love still surrounds them. It lives in those cards, in the memories, and in the music that continues to echo through every room he once walked in. But even in the midst of her own grief, Kelly Osbourne didn't let her pain stop her from celebrating her little brother. Family has always been the glue that holds the Osbournes together, and this year was no different. On Jack's 40th birthday, Kelly made sure to bring a little light and laughter into his day, something their dad Ozzy would have absolutely loved. The TV personality took to Instagram stories to share the sweetest moment between herself and her son Sydney, who had just celebrated his own 3rd birthday on November 6. In the clip, Kelly is seen smiling lovingly at her little boy, guiding him through a heartfelt birthday wish. "Can you say happy birthday, Uncle Jack?" she asked softly. Without missing a beat, Sydney grinned and chirped, "Happy birthday, Jack," adorably skipping the uncle part. It was one of those small, precious moments that warmed hearts everywhere, a reminder that even in the face of loss, joy still finds its way through. Kelly didn't stop there. In another post, she shared a hilarious throwback video of Jack wearing a wig and enthusiastically singing Stevie Wonder's classic Happy Birthday. The clip captured Jack's goofy side perfectly, his charm, his humor, and that infectious Osbourne spirit that seems to run deep in the family. Fans flooded Kelly's comments with laughter and heart emojis, touched by the way the siblings continue to lift each other up through humor and love, even during one of the hardest years of their lives. Moments like these remind everyone why the Osbournes have always been more than just a famous family. They're a story of resilience, love, and unbreakable bonds. Even with Ozzy gone, his presence is still everywhere, in their laughter, their traditions, and the way they continue to show up for one another no matter what. As Jack steps into his 40s, he's not just celebrating another birthday, he's stepping into a new chapter of growth, purpose, and legacy. Life has changed drastically since losing his father, but Jack seems determined to honor Ozzy's memory in a way that feels both healing and meaningful. Now, the host of the Trying Not to Die podcast, Jack has found a way to merge humor, honesty, and heart into conversations about life, mortality, and resilience, themes that clearly resonate more deeply than ever before. Through his platform, he's keeping his father's fearless spirit alive, while also helping others navigate their own struggles with courage and grace. One of the projects closest to Jack's heart has been promoting his late father's final gift to the world, Last Rites, Ozzy Osbourne's posthumous memoir. The book, which was completed just 48 hours before Ozzy's passing, serves as both a farewell and a love letter to his fans, his family, and the wild, unpredictable life he lived. Speaking about the project during his Good Morning America interview, Jack admitted, "I think the last chapter's the hardest. He was happy. He was in such a good mood." Those words carry so much weight, a glimpse into a man who, even after all the chaos, fame, and pain, found peace at the end of his journey. For Jack, carrying that torch is about more than fame or nostalgia. It's about preserving his father's truth, his laughter, and his lessons for future generations. From raising his children to supporting his mom, Sharon, and being there for his sisters, Jack continues to be the quiet strength of the Osbourne family. His 40th year may come with bittersweet emotions, but it's also a testament to everything he's endured and everything he's still becoming. Through the laughter, the tears, and the legacy left behind, Jack's story is a reminder that love doesn't end when life does. It transforms. It becomes the voice we hear in our memories, the lessons we carry forward, and the courage to keep living boldly, just as Ozzy did until his very last day. Jack Osbourne isn't just a son, a brother, or a TV personality. He's also a devoted father to 4 beautiful children who are now the center of his world. His oldest, Pearl, is 13, followed by Andy Rose, 10, Minnie, 7, and his youngest, Little Maple, who's just 3 years old. Jack often talks about how being a dad has completely changed his perspective on life, grounding him in a way fame and television never could. He shares his 3 oldest daughters with his ex-wife, Lisa Stelly, and his youngest, Maple, with his now wife, Ari Gearhart. Together, Jack and Ari have built a warm, blended family where love, laughter, and a bit of that classic Osbourne mischief thrive every single day. After everything Jack has lived through, from growing up in the chaos of reality TV fame to facing his father's passing, fatherhood has become his anchor. His kids give him purpose, and he often says that being a dad is the most meaningful role he's ever played. Whether he's juggling work, podcasting, or family life, Jack makes it clear that his children come first. He's raising them with the same humor, openness, and resilience that Ozzy and Sharon instilled in him, just with a little less heavy metal and a bit more bedtime stories. And when you think about it, that's the beauty of it all. The Osbourne legacy isn't just about rock music or television moments, it's about how each generation finds its own way to keep the spirit of love, creativity, and connection alive. Through his children, Jack is not only honoring his father's memory, but also shaping the next chapter of the Osbourne story, one filled with laughter, balance, and new beginnings.